The Edmonton Elks will host the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on Thursday night, where they are 12.5-point underdogs at home. Canadian quarterback Trey Ford will make his first start of the season after Stephen McAdoo was demoted on Edmonton's coaching staff this past week. The clubs met at IG Field in Week 7, which ended in a 28-14 win for the Blue Bombers. Can Trey Ford be the spark that Edmonton needs to snap a 21-game home losing streak?
I don't think it's going to be enough. And the reason is I don't see the Edmonton Elks as a dry brush pile that's just waiting for that little spark. I instead see them as a moss-covered rock in the Highlands of Scotland, soaking wet from the rain. This team needs not just a spark, this team needs a stick of dynamite to get going. And Trey Ford, we know, is a fabulous runner. Right? We know that he has done sensational things with his legs at the professional level and obviously at the U Sports level at the University of Waterloo. But I'm highly skeptical that his supporting cast is good enough, that the game plan will be good enough. We don't know exactly what Edmonton's offense is going to look like post Stephen McAdoo. Maybe Jarius Jackson is going to end up, he's been an OC in this league before, maybe he's going to end up completely turning this unit around. And frankly, it would be the best thing in the world, not just for the city of Edmonton, but for the CFL, for the Elks to shock the Winnipeg Blue Bombers this week. Unfortunately for those folks, I don't think this is going to happen. Give me the Blue Bombers, and I'm going to eat all of those points. I'm taking them against the spread as well, minus 12.5.
I think you make an astute observation, Hodge, that the Edmonton Elks are like a mossy stone in the Scottish Highlands, but Trey Ford, at the very least, is some peat, right? He's highly flammable. You can heat your home with him, right? He's a guy who is an electric athlete, and I think putting him in the lineup changes things for the Edmonton Elks. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that Edmonton is going to win that game. I am not saying you don't have to check me in to the hospital just quite yet, Hodge. But I think Trey Ford is good enough, or at least athletic enough, for them to cover this massive point spread. Winnipeg, we all know, had an emotional victory last week. I think they're going to come out a little bit lower this week, and they have struggled in the past with running quarterbacks, with mobile guys, with athleticism. They've never faced someone who runs a 4.4. Trey Ford may only throw for 150 yards. I bet he rushes for 100 as well. I'm taking the Elks to cover and the Bombers to win this game.